I'm Elizabeth Watley, and I am the president and CEO of Forest Forward. So Forest Forward started over 5 years ago, and originally we started this work ready just to bring the Forest Theater back to life, see how we can activate the building in the space. But early on, we recognized that it took a lot more than that, that this was an anchor for neighborhood revitalization, and putting a proven model behind that was really important. And so with lots of partnership, lots of conversations, we formed Forest Forward, and now we are focused on holistic, inclusive neighborhood revitalization in sunny South Dallas. So Forest Forward is a unique organization where, we put a lot of time and effort right now into bringing the Forest Theater back to life. So you would think that we don't have a lot of impact on people just yet. But one thing that I will say is the hope and the pride that people are constantly coming up to me and saying, this is going to bring something so special to the neighborhood and the community. That's a change we've seen. Also, we do a lot of work in the schools in South Dallas to bring basic needs, supporting people with evictions, food security. We have people pouring out tears of just thanks because we were able to help people during times of eviction. So we have had both micro and macro impact on the community to date. Forest Forward has a lot of volunteers. Of course, I've volunteered and everyone has volunteered around here in this work. But there were times where once during the pandemic, the Black Lives Matter sign fell. And here we were trying to figure out how we're gonna put up this 175-foot billboard, if you will. And so we put out this little Instagram message like, hey, can 2 or 3 people show up? And then we got a slew of people come from all over the community to lift this heavy, heavy board up and put it back up. I certainly can't forget our volunteers at Preston Hollow Presbyterian Church that have been incredible in supporting the MLK Arts Academy, both through volunteerism and their treasure and time. And I cannot forget our South Dallas ladies. You will see them pop up with us a little bit of everywhere, including recently at our city council meeting. If you ever see a group of like 10 elderly women walking around with South Dallas t-shirts on them, that's us, that's Forest Forward. So our volunteers and partners in this work are absolutely irreplaceable. The most rewarding part of working at Forest Forward is hands down the people in South Dallas. They are rich in history, in culture, in counsel, in advice, and guidance. And every time I'm with them, I see the future. So there is lots of things swirling around this project, whether it be construction or money or contracts. But what roots the work is the people. If you are thinking about and considering donating to Forest Forward, I highly encourage you to do so. One is because we take it very seriously here, and I see it more as an investment in the future of the community, the work, but it's also critical, right? And we are working at a deficit. This work in the neighborhood and the community, we have to over-invest to catch up. So certainly give to Forest Forward. And the other thing I would say on how we take those really seriously is, we have a clean audit. Yay! And we work really hard on our fiscal management and making sure we do exactly what we said we're going to do with all dollars invested. The community can support Forest Forward by shouting us from the rooftops. The thing that I hate hearing the most is that we're the best kept secret in Dallas. And far too many people don't know about the special things happening in South Dallas right now. So if you could take just a little time out, you can follow us on Instagram at Forest Forward. You can call a friend, tell them about us, and certainly you can make an investment. But this really does require all hands on deck, and we need everyone to support this project. My personal favorite thing about working at Forest Forward, every time I take a time to actually step back and look at what's been accomplished as a founder, as a person putting these pieces of the puzzle together, of bringing it all together, I've got to say the persistence and not giving up. There are so many days where I was like, let's just wrap this up. No one will know. And then I remember when we got to the point of no return, I was like, oh, there's too much money involved now. This has to happen. But the grit, the persistence, and the people pushing this forward, absolutely my favorite, knowing everyone believes in it and wants it to happen. So the best thing about Forest Forward is we lead with the community in mind. There's not many decisions, big nor small, that we'll say first, how does this impact the people that live in the community? And I think that's important because there are other nonprofit organizations that don't lead through that lens, and I think it shows. And as long as we can stay rooted to making sure that we are bringing the best forward for our community, our end user in this work, I think that that will always set us apart from the others. The relationships that have been built through Forest Forward are at this point endless. Things that I never thought we would experience, people that we never thought I've met or had conversations with. I've gotten to meet some incredible community members from South Dallas that have been here for 90 plus years. We've met people all over the country that use this same model to try to bring that healthy revitalization back to their communities and neighborhoods. Government, elected officials, we have met so many people and partnered with so many people to bring this work to life. It was important for Forest Forward to be a partner and sponsor in Best of Black Dallas. One, because we love the Dallas Weekly and they are a pillar and anchor of the South Dallas community. We're neighbors and we're absolutely always supporting and cheering them on, but they are the storytellers of the South Dallas community. And so that partnership is important and key to this work. And we're excited to be there.